What a Thursday night game just witnessed. It was a game that, look, before it kicked off, I did not think it was going to be all that entertaining. Falcons, season's over. They were 3-9. The Bucs, I mean, they're 4-9, sorry. 4-9. Bucs, 7-6. Better team, kind of scuffling, but the Falcons have been disappointing all year. Never judge a book by its cover. Turned out to be a great game. I mean, I can't even sit here and lie about it. Now, for a good portion of it, it looked like a game the Bucs kind of had in control. But, the Falcons, after coming out of halftime and not really doing anything, decided to show up in the fourth quarter. Now, there were a couple of plays that I did find interesting in the way that they went, and for the most part, they went the Falcons' way. But that's really not part of the equation here. I mean, the first one was the touchdown to Kyle Pitts. They called it a touchdown, which one, he didn't catch it clean, so he almost fumbled that away, but he's falling backwards. The elbow hits out of bounds, but I guess his butt landed inbounds. I'm watching it. I thought they landed at the same time, which to me signals out of bounds and incomplete. They gave him the touchdown. I mean, Kyle Pitts had a great day, so hey, maybe he earned that. Pitts, 12 targets, 11 catches, 166 yards. Bucs defense couldn't do anything with him. Kirk Cousins, got the start. And you look at his numbers. I mean, his numbers are ridiculous. 30 for 44, 373 yards. Now, obviously, in the fourth quarter, when they were down 2 scores, he had to air the ball out quite often. But he made some throws that, looking forward to next season. Because I'm assuming Kirk Cousins is not in Atlanta next year. Like, he didn't want to be there this year. Remember the rumors about he wanted to be in Cleveland, which, Cleveland's got like 15 quarterbacks on the payroll. Why not add Kirk Cousins to the mix? But he wanted to go there for the starting job. He only gets this opportunity because Michael Penix gets hurt. But that fourth quarter, for a team out there that may have a young quarterback that's not ready or drafts a quarterback that isn't ready, Kirk Cousins could be an option for you as a bridge guy. A year or two, you let him do his thing. He'll probably miss a couple of games in the year, whatever, but he's a bridge quarterback now. And I feel like from what he showed, if he continues that for the rest of the year, he could set himself up to have a job next year as a starting quarterback. I think he probably enters that Mac Jones pool, because I think Mac Jones, with the work he did with the 49ers, could be seen as a starting quarterback next year. But back to the game. So the Falcons are down 28-14. It's looking kind of dire. They get a touchdown off of a off tackle left side run from Bijan Robinson to make it 28-20. And they went for 2. They failed it, but it's 28-20. They need to get the ball back. Bucs, get a couple first downs. You could probably bleed the clock out. Baker throws an interception. Now the Falcons have life. And, the kind of mood in the stadium was changing. We also started noticing like Mike Evans kind of being emotional on the sideline. I feel like the Bucs now are a team that feels like the season is now getting away from them. Because, okay, fast forward. Falcons complete the comeback. Win it 29-28. Zane Gonzalez kicks a field goal. I think it was like 43 yards to end it. And the Falcons have had all types of kicking issues all season. So the fact that he was able to make it, good for him. Falcons season isn't going anywhere, right? 5-9. They're eliminated from the playoffs. I guess if you want to be negative about it, all this win does is hurt draft stock. Oh, wait a minute. They don't have a first round pick next year. Their first round pick goes to the Rams anyway. So, hey, win as many games as you can. Make that draft pick as bad as it can be for the Rams. It made Falcons fans don't feel so bad about you trading it away last season. But the Bucs are now in second place in the NFC South. The Carolina Panthers are coming out of the bye as the NFC South division leader. Who had that beginning of the season? Now, I will say, if you caught any of my appearances, wire to wire, I said before the season, Panthers will be better than people think. Now, I did not have them as a division winner. I thought they, could as certain things broke their way, but I said Panthers finished second in the division. They could ultimately finish that way because, yes, the Bucs are in second place, but they do have 2 games against the Panthers coming up. So the division is still kind of right there for them. But the way that they're playing right now, and even with the Panthers' inconsistencies, I kind of feel like the betting favorite has to be the Panthers to come out of the NFC South. And I think that's unfortunate. I'm somebody who roots for Baker Mayfield. Love the fact that he kind of made himself in college as a walk-on into what he is right now. I love the kind of confidence he plays with. I love the toughness that he shows. I love the fact that he seems like a guy players want to play for. But that pick he threw in the fourth quarter, you can't have that. The corner baited him, acted like he was playing underneath, dropped back. Baker threw it that way, going to Mike Evans. It gets picked off. That ultimately leads to the Falcons stealing this game in Tampa Bay. You go back to week 1, Falcons actually should have won that game as well, but I think Koo missed the big field goal or something like that. So, I don't know. The NFC South, once again, a division that just doesn't make sense sometimes. And we got another game that I just can't explain it. But look, Thursday Night Football was another good one. Got to give him that. And now the question might actually have to be asked, could Todd Bowles lose his job over this? The NFC South's only getting one playoff team. If the Bucs fail and the Panthers get in, can Bowles survive this? I honestly don't know. Bowles is a defensive guy. What happened to the defense in the fourth quarter? Now, Kirk Cousins has ability. We have to give him credit for that. But to give up a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, give up a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, I should say, and lose it like that, that's not a good look. With Mike Evans beside himself on the sideline, that's not a good look. Camera pans to Todd Bowles. No emotion. Just staring. So I don't know. You let me know what you thought about the game. Once again, Falcons just beat the Bucs. Just beat the Bucs 29-28 to add to the misery of the Bucs season, who are now 7-7, half game behind the Panthers, who are 7-6, leading the division. And the Panthers have the Saints coming up this week. That's a winnable game for the Panthers. Panthers could actually get out of this weekend a game up in the division with 2 games in 3 weeks against the Bucs. So basically, they're in a position where you win 1 out of 2 of them, and the Panthers could be a playoff team. In an NFL season that hasn't made a lot of sense, why not have the Panthers win the NFC South? But I just want to give you my quick reaction to the game. It was a crazy ending. Bijan Robinson almost rushed for 100 yards. There were times where he just looked unstoppable in the backfield. He had a long run that was called back because of holding, so his numbers could look even better. But yo, like I said, Kirk Cousins, 373 through the air. Wow. That's all I can say. Let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know if you think the Panthers are going to win the NFC South. I would love to hear from you. Make sure to check out the socials. Leave a review if you can. I want you to let me know if you like the content. We greatly appreciate it. But be safe. God bless. I'll talk to you again later. All right. I'm out. Bye.